So for the last 5 weeks, it's been non-stop work, 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 work. Obviously, I do so many other things, so it's incredible. But today's the only day that I've actually, I was meant to go and do something, but unfortunately, I'll take a rest. Um, and I'm conscious of that. That obviously, because I take my health so seriously, usually I do give myself some rest. But as of late, I haven't been kind to myself. And as I'm sitting there in the garden today, just relaxing, truly relaxing, listening to some podcasts, audiobooks, listing some goals down that I want to further either have achieved or just work on it to further improve what I have already achieved. And the inspiration is inspiring people or inspiring young others and the younger generation, and leaving a legacy. That's really our purpose on this um, in this existence. So when we do transcend, when we go to the other realm, then yeah, we've got another purpose that we have to fulfill. But it's important that you know what your purpose is, your purpose in life is. Yeah, so this relaxation was just more about just sharing my thoughts. I think it's important to share your thoughts, good or bad, indifference, whatever. Just share your thoughts because you don't know who it will touch, you don't know who it will inspire, you don't know who it will piss off. Um, you don't know who makes it will make them happy. You just don't know what the emotion will be. But just sharing your thoughts and knowing that it's coming from here is very important. Um, yeah, and one thing that I really want to really talk about was the fact that yesterday it was a beautiful day. So I went to see two clients yesterday, and ironically, we ended up talking about health and herbs and other side of my existence that I do that a lot of people don't know of, or most of my clients don't know of anyway. And it was beautiful. And ironically, they both obviously not the same disease or illnesses, but they've got um, health issues. And when I start breaking it down to them, how they can change their lifestyle, which is never the easiest. I think health is all about mental strength, really. That's what it is. It's nothing scary. It's just not doing what you always have done, but be embrace the challenge of doing something new, and doing something that your body's not used to, and your body will reward you for it. So the more you do it, the body will adjust itself and reward you for it, especially when it's on a good health basis in terms of what you're eating, how you're resting, taking a lot of water, daily exercise. And exercise doesn't mean you have to go to the gym. You can do stretches, you can do walks. Um, you can even sit down and just play brain games. And there's don't put yourself in a box. Basically, there's so many things that you can do to improve your health. There's just don't stick to the conventional way of this is what you have to do, this is what you have to eat. Um, I believe, in my opinion, it's about when I'm talking about adults here. I believe about 90% of adults, probably more, but in my belief, 90% of adults know what is good for them in terms of health, what to eat, what not to eat, how to relax. Oh, nice and breezy here. Um, but they are so caught up with doing what they've always been used to that they just become static, and they stuck in their own ways, and health doesn't improve, and they're stressed, and they are trying their best to find ways, but the answer is right within them. Ironically, we sometimes travel around the world, but the answer is literally right in our back door. Um, so which is within us. So yeah, it was just beautiful that I had these two clients that I was going to see. And then we ended up talking about health. And I then expressed to them my regime of what I do every morning, how I've been living for the last, God knows, over 8 years, and how I'm constantly even still learning and still improving and still doing things that um, you know, it comes to me because you just research and you do it, you put your body through it, and then you start to see the results on it. So I'm forever learning, and I will forever learn until the day I transcend. So I'll never be saying that I know everything, but I know a lot more than most, yes. And I'm thankful for that. I thank the ancestors for giving me that knowledge, um, and the creator for giving me the belief to be able to achieve it. Um, but I'm forever learning. But what I do know, it would drastically change people's life, if they put their mental strength towards it and they are really disciplined to achieve it. They will achieve it easily. People who want to lose weight, people who want to, come off certain medication because most medication doesn't work. We know that's is preserving you, but anyway, I don't want to get into that world anyway. But people who really want to have a better life, health life style, or healthy lifestyle, um, can easily achieve it. It's achievable. I know it. I've experienced it, and I have dealt with clients who have also experienced it. Um, so I don't like selling stuff. I just like to give people information in a way. But one thing is the best form of detoxing is fasting. Don't let no one talk, tell you anything other than that. The best form of fasting and getting rid of toxins, viruses, bad bacteria, fungi, you name it, all the crap that's in our body, that our body is not doing our body any good. It's building cancerous cells. It's affecting our kidneys, affecting our liver. It's affecting our gut, which obviously good health starts from the gut. Um, it's detox, it's fasting. Um, but a lot of people don't have the discipline or the willingness to do it. Um, so the second best thing to do is the Nara colon cleanse. It's a day cleanse. It's only one day. You take the capsules and then you don't go anywhere for the day. We call it a Nara day. So you just stay at home, relax yourself. Similar to what I'm doing really. I'm not doing cleansing, but I'm just saying similar to what I'm doing, just relax. Do things around the house, read a book, whatever you want to do. But you wake up in the morning, you take the capsules and let nature take its course because the herb doesn't like filth. Um, and what I tend to find is when I'm due a cleanse, and I normally know when I'm due a cleanse anyway, but when I'm due a cleanse, right, and I'm sending a cleanse to a client or a customer, I'm posting to a customer, and I instantly hold the packet, my body reacts to it. Like the parasite's like, no, get rid of it. It's like kryptonite. I'm like, oh, get rid of it. And I feel sickly. But when I don't feel like I need to do a cleanse, I can hold it and feel normal. So the herb is very powerful. It cleans your system really well, and then it gives you that basis of putting the right nutrients, the right minerals, back into your system, the right food basically to put it back into your system. So you know, take care of your health. Take care of your health. It's important. So I'm saying to say that it's fascinating that how the universe just um, brought me to these two clients who instantly got health issues, and so I've talked to them about my moringa, sea moss, dandelion, ginger, so ice cube that I do. And also one of them is very keen to get a moringa tea also, because they suffer from sleeping, and the moringa tea is fantastic to help you sleep. It's absolutely fantastic to help you sleep. So people who got insomnia, drink moringa tea, maybe 2 hours before you go to bed. Believe me, do it for 9 days, and then you start seeing you see the result instantly in about 9 days. You start to really see the benefit of it. And another thing is when the customers actually want to mention moringa, I mentioned them a few weeks ago, and I went when I went back to see them because we were just doing a follow up, And he was like, "Oh, I saw this moringa and I bought the tea. It's all right actually." So ironically, they brought the tea. They brought a tea bag and a package to me. And then I was looking at it and I was like, and it says 100% moringa, which is fine, moringa oleifera, which is fine. Um, and I was like, can I take that that tea bag because it looks a bit weird to me because I packaged my own moringa tea. I don't know how moringa looks like, and but I couldn't see through the back properly. And then the customer actually suggested a brilliant idea, saying, "Do you want to try it?" And I was like, "Actually, yeah, but that'd be great." So they made me a tea with that tea bag. They brought it out, and then it looked brown to me. And I was like, "Oh, it's not meant to look like this color." I actually took a picture of it. So obviously I let it cool down a bit. Then I started drinking it. I didn't like the taste of it. It tasted a bit like I don't drink coffee, but it tasted a bit like coffee to me. Um, Not that I don't drink coffee, but I have like tasted a little bit many years ago, and you smell it, but it tastes a bit like coffee to me. And I said to the client that that's not how my one is like. So they went and got a box, and then they read it, and then it actually says the whole moringa. So what they do is they harvest the whole moringa, the branch, the branch and the leaves together. And what I'm thinking to do is they then dry it or they probably bake it because it looks like it's been roasted. To be honest with you, it tastes like it's been roasted. So they probably most likely roast it. They don't dry it. They don't take the time to dry like we do with our moringa. And then they blend it all together and make it to a tea. Now, what they should really do is, and what I learned from also is on my label, actually, I need to label it more moringa leafy green or leaves, green leaves. 'Cause our leaves that we use for our moringa is pure green. And anytime we're harvesting it, there's any yellow in it, because after a while, as they are, they start off of green, obviously, and as they get into the end of their life where there's less nutrients in it, it starts turning yellow. So when we are harvesting ours, we only harvest the green, and the yellow one we normally don't use it. So we will like literally let it fall down, and obviously our ducks, and stuff like that will eat it. That we got around the house. But it's it didn't taste nice. So I said to the client, I'm gonna bring one of mine, and you taste it, you see the difference. And also mine will just it's got pure nutrient. 'Cause what we do is we use the pure nutrients one, the one that's it's almost like a virgin leaf basically. And we sun dry it for a few days. Then we then transform to tea. And I'm not gonna go through the process, but that's how we do ours, and it's all natural. Now, our moringa has never been touched with any chemicals. It was hand grown by these hands. So it is very, very important that um some of these guys are cheeky. They sell things and they need to be really honest with people. So when somebody says, "Oh, I've drank moringa tea and I didn't quite like the taste," I would then start questioning, right? What sort of moringa are you taking? Are you taking? And don't get me wrong, everything on the moringa is good, but the tea, the leaves, obviously they leaf green and they pack a lot of nutrients in it. So if you look at the moringa powder, it's always green because it's only the leaves, and that's what makes it so powerful. And these are companies that get it. They get it probably sourced from a place where the moringa is not probably the best. I don't know, but from how they've harvested, for me, is just basically cut everything, probably roast it under heat, blend it, and then put the tea. So yeah, it's just a lot of people are not talking about health. A lot of people are not talking about natural stuff. But be careful what you put in your body. All of these so-called how do you call it? The thing that people drink when they go to the gym. I've just lost thoughts here. It'll come to me. A protein shake. That's it. What a protein shake. Like, how can the food be literally white? If you blend something, it should be the color of the original plant. And it's got all of these mixture. And when I saw the other day, it said a protein shake said it's all natural. And then you look at the back of the thing, and it says it's got a little bit of sweetener in there. Sweetness chemical. That's nothing natural about it. And a lot of people get duped by it. As I'm talking to you now, I'm sitting in my garden and I can see dandelion just growing there everywhere. Yeah, look at that. So I'm gonna be picking that one soon. because my garden is great, and I walk bare feet in my garden. So it's great. I've got dandelion actually growing all down there too. Um, so yeah, I'm glad I've this long video. I don't mind. I normally do these sort of videos and I post it anyway. And it's out in the universe. You don't know, many years back when you look back at it, like bloody hell, I was talking about this and then that, and how relaxed I looked on that day. Yeah, so please take your health seriously. Um, without saying anything, most people know what we do. The Moringa tea, the colon cleanse. We've got the gut goodies that we also do. We've got lovely plantain chips, which is a bit more delicacy, but it's nice. And we've got other herbs that um, we are working on, which is exciting. And it's all to help and improve people's life. And also the moringa tea, we're trying something new with our moringa tea. With a combination of something, another herb, which I'm really excited about also. So the possibilities are endless. Look after your health. It's not always about money, 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 money. Um, I I don't know the person, but well, I've met the person before, but I don't have that sort of relationship. But I know of that person, and the person of well, person used to know of me anyway. So this person has done what most people call well in life. So I suppose in life, when you make a lot of money, people say you done well in life. But for me, it's the opposite. For me, when you do well in life, it's like when you go good health. And you wake up in the morning, you have to be taking medications. You don't want to be going in the evening and taking medication to go to bed. That for me, yes. Sorry if you are on medication, you're offended by it, but that for me is not how you're supposed to be living. When you were little, you didn't wake up just taking chemicals into your system. Um, so that for me, health is more important than money. But anyway, this person has got a lot of money, or had a lot of money, and I was chatting to the cousin of this person on Wednesday, and I was like, "Oh God, how's it going? How's things going?" And then the person mentioned to me that the person I know, or I know of, I don't know him, but I know of, basically his cousin, had just passed away. I'm like, when? It's like, oh, he passed away about 3 days ago. And it's like, oh, that's so sudden. He's like, yeah, started the year, had a little minor stroke, so a mild stroke. And then they found out that the person got a lot of multiple health issues. So the person hadn't been well for a few months and just passed away a few days ago. And this person's got a lot of money, you name it, they've got it. And now, and relatively very young too, relatively very young. The person's around I think early 50s, or probably late 40s. Not old at all. I know we are sort of like similar generation anyway, so not old at all. And that person is gone. You know, can't take the money with you. You know, had multiple businesses, always on the go, always stressed out. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, just look after your health. Once you have health, everything comes to you. Nature rewards you. Yeah, look after your health. You know, ironically, you know. Money's even prints out of paper, and paper is nature. So everything in this world is through nature, and when we do transcend, we're not going to take over. So yeah, look after your health. Anyway, on this side, I'm just gonna say, if you did watch the video to the end, well done, and thank you for giving me your time. If you didn't watch it to the end, thank you for whatever part you watched it to. And yeah, I will continue doing these videos and whenever I feel like it needs to be done, I'll just let nature take its course. On that side, peace.